good time to be into e-bikes right now because we have a lot of battery options now, even for full powered e-bikes. We have 600, we have 800, we have these battery extenders. But which one do you choose? In this video, I'm going to give you 7 reasons why you should choose the bigger 800 watt hour battery, even with the availability of an extender. Let's see here from E-MTBR, and I'm fascinated. I have all these battery options, have all these extenders now. Used to be in low powered bikes only, but now they're on full powered bikes as well. And it's allowed a bunch of manufacturers to just offer a 600 watt hour on a full powered e-bike. And is this a good decision for you? I would say no, unless you're a very special case. So I'm going to give you 7 reasons. And the first reason is weight is not what it's all cracked up to be. A lot of these guys, you know, the Santa Cruz and the Vala and the Bullet say, oh, wait, we minimize weight and the regulator. The weight savings between 800 and 600 is 2 pounds. And 2 pounds is not a big deal. You know, on a 20-pound cross-country bike, that's a big deal, you know. But on a 50-pound assisted bike, not really. You know, it's most people, unless you're a professional, you're not going to notice the difference at all. I've tried and I can't notice. So the real reason why they're going with the 600 is not because of weight. It's because of the girth of the down tube. They want their bikes slim and sexy. Maybe because you customers keep complaining about the big down tubes. For Bosch, which is the majority of e-bikes at the moment, their 600 watt hour is nice and small, just like this, and then their 800 is kind of fat, like this. So that's why they're going with it, despite what they say about the weight. It's about being slim and sexy, and so weight's not all that it's cracked up to be. Second reason is, let's face it, e-bike batteries, when they get down to 20%, they all kind of suck, right? You only know this if you've been e-biking a lot. Once you get to that last bar or the 20% bar, it's not a good time. First, even at 25%, your power, your turbo is not really turbo anymore. And that's because of the voltage drop. At full power, it's full charge, it's 50 volts. And right around 20%, it's 40 volts. So your turbo is not the same. So the more you can get away from the 20% level, the better. The other thing is it's kind of dangerous for the battery to be this low, especially if you're discharging at a high rate. So they start throttling it down. You know, all of a sudden you're in trail mode, all of a sudden you're in eco mode. Specialized and Notorious, at 5% you get nothing. They say you get something, but I can't really feel it. And Shimano is even worse. Under 10%, it just shuts down intermittently. So the more you can stay away from this 20%, the better. And with an 800 battery, you'll be away from the highway to the danger zone, as I call it. All right, the third reason is options. E-bikes enable a lot of options. We have a 600 there, we have a 800 here, and the small battery, even though it might be okay for most of your rides, it limits your options. You know, the options, what are options? Options are like, let's say you just want to go on a turbo ride, turbo 2-hour ride, you know, get the best of the best. You have limited time, you're not feeling that good. You have that option, you know, with a full powered e-bike. You can put an extender on this one too. So you can go on an exploration adventure ride. Group rides, let me tell you, group rides kind of need a big battery. Everyone's on the 700 at least, and with a new Levo at 840, everyone's going to be on a big battery. You don't want to be that guy, you know, the buzzkill, the boat anchor with the smallest battery with the most anxiety. Number 4 reason this just happened is about power and battery needs will only go up. In fact, so these both are CX5 motors. They were 600 watt motors. Bosch just announced they're going to jump to 750 watts with a free firmware update. And guess what that does? It makes the 600 watt hour battery here shrink to 500. With more power, you got to feed that beast. So if you are on turbo, basically your 600 is now 500. So here, not so much of an issue. Here, kind of an issue. And really, as we move forward, look into the future, the batteries just get bigger. You know, the adventures just get bigger. You know, now we're talking 840 is the norm with the Levo. It used to be 500, 700, and now 840. Where do you think it's going? More battery, more range. Okay, the next reason is longevity and the kind of the durability of your investment. The 800 watt hour battery packs a lot more energy. So this battery, they last about 700 charge cycles until they drop to 80% of their capacity. both the 600 and 800. So let's just say 700 times 800, that's 560 kilowatts of energy are in here for its lifetime. Over here, it is only 480. So you get a lot more energy here than here. So in the similar kind of use, this battery is going to last about 2 years longer or more than this guy. And 2 years is pretty good because when you have to replace your battery, it's not holding a charge or it dies. Let me tell you, it's a painful moment because they're about $1,000 each. So definitely more energy here, more lifespan. And the less you get into the under 20% level, the longer it lasts. So over here, you're going to be under the 20% level a lot more than you are here on the 800. And the other thing you could do with this guy, even if you don't use all your battery, why don't you just charge it to 80%? When you charge it only to 80% for most of your rides, you're between 80 and 20, you're in the sweet spot. You might double the lifespan of your battery. And then just charge it to 100%, use it like an extender, like a built-in extender. So you have that option. Investment's gonna last a whole lot longer with the 800. All right, next reason, number 6 now, is battery extenders, right? You guys are saying in the background, hey, what are you talking about? Everything's negated by the battery extender. Now it's possible have a light bike and have a battery extender. Let me tell you, that's why I got this bike, 600 battery extender. And the extender works on here and here too. And let me tell you, these are a great option, but they should be an option only because they're kind of kludgy. They're kind of in version 1 of the implementation, kind of a pain in the neck. So they go right here, and first is they're heavier. Instead of 2 pounds in here, you add 3.5 pounds because there's a lot more parts here. And then it's high on your bike, and it takes away your water bottle. Of course, water bottles are cool for e-bikers because that's kind of all we need. We don't need no huge camelback, just water bottle. And this takes it away. So now you have to carry pack. The other thing is these cabling, they're kind of version 1. They're not that cool. These connectors, hard to remove on some bikes, and charging is a pain in the neck because you have to unplug it every time. You have to charge each one separately. So now it takes almost twice as much time to charge your bike because it has an extender. All right. Finally, if I'm not making any convincing arguments for you guys, let me talk to your money sense. Hard times, you think about money, you save a lot more money with a 800 watt hour. How does that work? So when you buy an 800 bike only compared to a 600 watt hour bike only, the price is about the same. You're not getting a discount. Even in these guys, when you go for the smaller battery, you save $100. $100. That's not much. But now you got to get an extender, right? The extender is $550 if you can find it in stock. When it's time for you to sell your bike, and you are going to sell your e-bike, because in 3 to 5 years, these e-bikes are going to be so crazy good for your development, for what you're used to. When you sell your 600 watt hour bike, let's say in 4 years, you're going to get a lot less money than if it had an 800 watt hour battery. Why? Because the market of buyers is much smaller. There's just not a whole lot of people in this niche market who want the small battery optimizing the 2 pounds compared to the 800 watt hour. And let me tell you, in 3 to 5 years, the battery is going to be much bigger, much lighter than they are now. So something with a small battery is going to be kind of like a, what do you call that? Kind of a niche market. And let me give you a data point that's really cool. So the RE Tim Peak, when you check out, you can buy 600 or 800. It's up to you, which is what I am petitioning for all bike manufacturers go for. And ask them, hey, now that you have 1 month of data, what are people buying? And they said 5%, 600. And I'm all like, what? They're all like, 5% of all our buyers are choosing 600. 95% are choosing 800. That's how big the difference is. So I'm talking to you guys, to 5%ers. If you know what you want. So in the used market, you just limited your demand. So your price has to be weighed on. You're going to lose thousands of dollars because of this issue. So there you go. So my bottom line is, if you are buying a 600 watt hour, that's okay. It's a niche market. And if you're in that market, you just do short rides. and you know what's going to happen, good, it's good. But everyone else, and if you're not sure, go for the 800. You have the battery extender option on both, and it will be a lot safer, a lot more enjoyable experience for you guys. Thanks a ton, everybody.